Hello, YouTube, and whoever watches this. So, anyone who probably gets, I'm a big hardcore anime fan, and I truly love the whole genres out there. I watch a lot of crazy stuff, and I like to talk about a lot of crazy stuff. But apparently, it's been popping up on my Facebook, my YouTube, my TikTok of like a lot of women, women who are like part of the Liberal Party and everything who always wants to talk bad about anime for a bunch of stupid reasons and or whatever, and they never give you proper context or whatever. So I will like to clear up some of these conflicts they have with anime, and hopefully they can um brought some common sense into them. If not, oh well, at least I tried. So the first thing I would like to talk about is I saw a woman who says that there's only one kind of anime, and she's appalled that men watch it. Now, ma'am, I don't know what anime your boyfriend or whatever you've been watching, but there is more than one kind of anime. Okay, you have and you have like you pretty much have for like a bunch of genre of the movies and everything, and then you have the adult version. Everyone knows that hentai. So apparently she was referring to the hentai and everything. Now I bring this up plenty of time. If you're a woman who is constantly feel like there are problems in your relationship and it's all because you are with a man who prefer an anime girl over you, I keep telling all you women, A, go get some help because you are really being offended over a fictional character who does not exist. These girls aren't real. Why are you jealous of a girl who has a skinnier body, a bigger rack, and no back problems, but yet you have the right to be offended over a false character? Answer this to me. And this was I always find funny that there are these women out there who want to say that anime has too many sexy women. Well, let's be honest. That's how the culture works. Now, another thing I would like to say when it comes to the culture part is number two on this is it's a conflict of culture at this point. Because I love how people who are part of the liberal media always want to say like we accept you based on your race, gender, culture, whatever. Okay, if that is true, why are you all so offended over anime? If you welcome culture, and this is from a culture that's basically sexually active and everything, and you still have the right to cause problems for this culture for these cultures, how does that make sense? You got, which is really stupid to me. Another thing is, I've seen some of these people clearly state that anime doesn't show enough African American people in them. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and go based on what I do because I found ways to talk to Japanese people. And yes, it's hard to translate, so it's why I wasn't giving me stuff. But I do ask them why do a lot of anime don't have any black people in there. And what I got pretty much from all of them was that unlike us over here in the U.S. and Germany and everything, Japan don't get enough African Americans visiting them. Apparently, how they talk about it is one of them says it's like every 2 years during the whole vacation era during summer is when you they usually will get the usual African American person, but it's like once every 2 years, so it's extremely rare. And I know how a lot of people get mad about Japanese the Japanese people constantly having like the ugly African American characters and everything. Now you got to take inspiration. They give them that in Japan's culture or Japan's artistry. You give that face to entities that you don't know nothing about. And since they have very little contact with African American people, it kind of makes sense that they know how to make you guys react or anything. So they just give you the basic bullshit. That's that. Another thing that I like to bring up is why do most people who watch anime won't like the dumbest shit for characters, even though there's characters out there that has what they're looking for. So pretty much when you give it to me, I really have seen one person on social media that clearly states that they wish that there was transgender characters in anime or some random bullshit like that. Now, anyone who doesn't know, there are types of characters, type of animes out there. So if you look at the list of animes out there, if you find a phrase called gender bender. It's pretty much mean that the character will switch sex during the anime, for whatever reason. Dude, now this is mostly found in, like I said, the adult pornographic animes, but you do find it in a couple of other animes. Ranma 1/2 is the best one I can think of when it comes to this, and that was an anime where this guy fell into a well, a cursed well, and he had this problem where, okay, first, if I get hit with cold water, I become a girl. If I get hit with um, if I get hit with hot water, I become a man. That's pretty much the closest thing you can get to a transgender character in anime. And I'm sorry if you're liberal and you think that's offensive, but you gotta remember it's culture at this point. Okay, it's our culture over here at the U.S. versus theirs, which I don't understand why you people go to the extent that you do to trying to justify the bad stuff you guys call as racism and everything, but you can't accept a culture that is based around sex. Okay, now one thing I do hate when people want to try and tell me that, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, let's be honest. Someone like me who studies world cultures and all kind of cultures, I do have a decent understanding of what each culture has going for it and the pros and cons of it. I try to be friendly as possible when it comes to these, um, to my research of a lot of cultures. But I don't think anyone who has one ideology but refuses to accept anything outside that ideology should have the right to say what is decent and what is not. And that's the truth at this point. So, like, why is people always want to tell me that I am wrong for watching anime, but apparently there's technically nothing wrong with it. Only problem is that you are offended over a fake character. Okay? I tell people all the time, I suffer from mental health issues. I suffer from depression. I suffer from anger. I do not want you all involved in my problems. That's how I view it. But that's thing I think anyone should do is if you are a person who is suffering from mental health issues, go get proper help. But that thing anyone should do is trying to play therapist, even though they're not qualified to play therapist. Now, the question is, if you are a person who are offended over anime, you can simply just not watch it. And if someone that you know that watches it, you can just simply ask them to not watch it while it's around you, or just dump the person overall. But for you to clearly state that because I like anime, I am a racist, I am a sex offender, I'm all this stuff, your logic is just stupid and and is flawed. This reason I have a hard time obeying. This is also another reason why I don't take liberals seriously. If they're willing to condemn these acts, even though this comes from a different culture. Do you guys not understand that? And there's plenty of ways that you can, if you took time to learn it or understand it a bit better, be elaborate. If you're one of these people that's going to hop on a bandwagon and not properly understand anything, you really have no right to say anything. And that's a God-given truth at this point. But, like, let's be honest, okay? So if you tell me that you hate anime because the girls are either too sexy, they're too much sex appeal, they're all this BS, you are really telling me you are so sad over a fake character's body that if there's not enough transgenders or gay characters in the anime, you are offended. Now, let's be honest. I do accept that some female anime characters are extremely sexified and everything. But let's also take another thing into consideration. Do you know how many male characters in animes are also sexually made for female content? I have seen plenty of animes made for women that I enjoyed that where the men were way more sexual than any women have any seen in most animes. And for you to say that, oh, only the female characters are over sexualized, you're completely dumb. I just want you to understand that. You're just dumb. One thing, so if we're going to have an understanding when it comes to anime, last thing you should do is judge me because I like something that you don't understand. Okay? But I hope that's going to be all for this video. I hope I didn't get no one's rough feathers. Please understand, I'm not trying to send hate to people. I just want you to understand what you're messing up on. And if you have a disagreement or anything, leave a comment and I'll find a way to talk to you. But other than that, I hope you all enjoy. Bye.